Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Miss Suzette. Today we are going to present our group dining experience at Le Garden Cafe. So this is our group member Esther, Waan, Ben, and me, Ling. So where is the Le Garden Cafe actually located at? It's actually at the Sri Kembangan, which is the place nearby Selangor Turf Club where the electric run organized before. So you can just directly search from the Waze or either Google Map. You can get a direction from here to the Garden Cafe. It takes time around 30 to 40 minutes. And the Garden Cafe open daily from morning 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. So it has offer variety of Asian fusions and Western food as well. So we decided to go there on 1st of October, Thursday, and around the time 5:30 until 7:30. So next I will pass it to Waan.
So how we form our expectation, basically based on 5 ways. And the first one is the information and the pictures from the Le Garden official website and Facebook page. So this is the homepage of the garden. So if you want to know more about Le Garden, you just go to this website. And the next one is the previous experience. Of course, we have a dining experience in the cafe, so we know how the cafe will have, such as how the decoration, how the environment, and how the food tastes, and also how the service they provided. And the next one is the word of mouth. One of our friends recommend and give a good review on this cafe. And the next one is the commentary on the social media such as blog and Facebook. We can see a lot of bloggers recommend and also share their photo about how they dining in this cafe. And the last one is the working experience. 2 of our group members, me and Esther, have a working experience in the service industry. So we know the basics requirement of the standard service in this cafe, such as we need to dress professionally and like wear our uniform and tie our hair and have a good attitude and willing to help the customer. And also we need to know the menu clearly because we need to recommend what is the signature of the food and beverage with a strong communication skill. And next is the part of later, and I will go through the performance and the expectation of the reality. And so we will expect what the cafe will promise to us, such as decoration, promotion, membership, price, reservation, and as well as the payment method. And they have 3 aspects is meet our expectation, which are we can get the promotion during the specific period, and we can make a reservation via phone or online, and also we can pay through card or cash payment. And for the decoration, the outcome is the performance is greater than our expectation because the overall of the decoration is fit to the theme. You can see from the photo, the venue is very beautiful. And this is the huge London bus is placed in the cafe. And this London bus is not only for the decoration, we also can dine inside. And next is the food price. The food price is quite cheap because we went to the other cafe before and the food is more served. But in Le Garden, the quantity of the food and beverage is enough for us. And the next one is the membership. We felt so disappointed because we considered to apply the membership, but the staff didn't explain the detail to us. So the outcome is the performance is lesser than our expectation. And next, I will pass to Ben.
So briefly explain about the assurance. So for assurance, there is 3 of them, which is the skill and knowledge, communication technique, attitude. First of all, skill and knowledge. Every staff should recommend some signature dish in their cafe and also reconfirm the menus. Besides that, they didn't did well, so their performance is lesser than our expectations. So as for food delivery, they have actually a unique kind of food that they displayed in a treasure box, which is like this. That doesn't happen in outside often, that I've been to in so many cafes. So it's kind of unique for them. So next, as for the communication technique, the problem is we have a language barrier between the staff and us, because he doesn't understand our language, and also he speaks very softly and we can't hear clearly what he said. So there is a problem, and therefore the performance is lesser than our expectations. So as for this, every staff must have this four, especially friendliness, because every customer do want a friendly staff to invite them, to welcome them into the cafe. So, but the rest, the performance wasn't that good, so it's lesser than our expectations. After that, I'll pass on to Esther for tangible.
Next, I'll talk about the expectation based on tangible and the perceived outcome. So we came up with the following expectations. The cafe must be as easy to access, and they should provide sufficient equipment, fill of seats, and such as wooden chair and sofa. And the most important element in a cafe, which is the Wi-Fi, must be available. And the ambience must based on natural concept for providing warm lighting and soft music and even the fragrance of coffee. And they should provide enough manpower to serve us, and the division of jobs such as the cashier, waiter, and even the chef. And the signage to welcome and the direction to toilet must be placed at there, and the advertisement board to show their promotion big meal. And you can see that the staff must wear the apron and tie up their hair, and also wear the uniform that provided by the cafe. And the bill will be served with either the bill holder and the tray. So this expectation has met, this performance has met our expectation. So this is equal to what we expected. And they have also two performances that are greater than what we expected, such as facilities and space. They provided security services in the parking area, and this is the outcome that we never expected before. And next, for the food, they created a wow factor and surprise for us, which they served the sandwich set with the treasure box. And not only the performance has met our expectation, but over it, so the performance is greater than what we expected. And comes to the empathy, we have listed down all our expectations based on the relationship between us and the staff. And they will provide the full service but not self-service as Starbucks coffee, and they will serve the meal in front of us and help us to take the order and pay the bill. And the performance is equal to what we expected. The staff will put themselves into our shoes, but not exactly their shoes. They just need to pay individual attention to us, and they will care about us, such as they will serve the plain water and take off all the empty plates when we finish. But he failed to do that because he was keep playing on his handphone and did not have any interaction with us. So the performance is lesser than what we expected. And for the smoking area, they have one thing that worth to mention, that when we arrived, the staff was able to ask us whether we were smokers or not, and then lead us to the particular place. We were quite surprised that he will ask this kind of question and care about us, so the performance is greater than what we expected. Next, I will pass it to Ben.
Okay, I will explain the responsiveness. The service responsiveness is staff basically should work fast, and when the customer call them, they should approach immediately. They have a calling button system. We did call for them, but they did approach as fast as they can. Therefore, the performance is lesser than expectations. After this, I'll pass on to Ling to finish the rest.
So as my group member has actually mentioned that there's some of the performance lesser than what we expected before. So this is gap actually existed. So this is the overall performance of the cafe, which is the gaps 4 and gap 3 from the reliability, membership, assurance, skill and knowledge, communications, technique, attitudes, empathy, service, responsiveness as well. So we come up with few of the suggestions for the cafe. So this is the suggestions for the cafe. Then the cafe, they can actually organize a workshop for the staff. They can like improve their skill and knowledge, even like keep them up to date all the time, and they can like train them how to speak, how to interact with a customer, especially in the international language training English. They must speak very and it's not very well, but the basic one, simple one must be they must like know what customer requested all the time, and they are able to answer it, they are able to help them. And the staff, they must know what they want to do during their duty, which means the job scope, and the leader of the cafe, which means maybe the supervisor, manager, they can like have a short briefing for the staff. Like it's actually the review for them. Like they can review what they did before and what they cannot did before. Like they can improve their service all the time. And also there's a very important one. They must set the rules and regulations for the staff as well. Like the phone is prohibited all the time during duty for especially. And for monitoring the service, the cafe is actually can install a CCTV to monitor the staff, what they do during their duty, and how they interact with the customer, like whether they have reached the customer needs or not. And they can also have an interphone walkie-talkie to improve their efficiency of home. And for the interphone walkie-talkie, they can like have a connection during the between the kitchens and also the counter cashier as well. So for enlarge their markets, so they can actually have signage around the cafe, like they have mentioned. They must mention if they have memberships, applications for the customer. Like they have a certain discount during their birthday, even a member day, even like if you request like you apply a member, you can get discount all the time. And they must keep the information up to date on the social media, Facebook, Instagram, even for the official website as well. And they can also have performance newspaper, magazine, brochure to enlarge their market, to add on to gain the opportunity for their sales for the customer as well. And the most important one, the last 2 points are research from the market. They must know today what is the trend today and what customer actually needs and want. What the customer prefer, like what are the flavor, like you can actually like learn from the competitor, like what they have, the cafe they must have, what the competitor don't have, and they have this kind of service. So this is actually they can utilize their strength as well. And once the customer they finish their meal, they must like ask the customer for them to filling out the feedback form, like as a review. They can rate their customer, they can rate the service and improve their quality of service. And in conclusions, it's actually the overall performance is actually moderate. So we will actually recommend the cafe to our families and friends. Also, this is a picture from the garden, and the London bus, our picture, the Swiss moment boards, and the outlook. And this is a meal we ordered that day. This is fish and chip, treasure box, and pizza as well. So this is our presentation today. Thank you.